Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Scoreboardkeepers, where we keep the score on all things sports, hip hop, and hot topics. I am your host, the Ref, and we're going to get straight to the question. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this clock started first, because this should only take 10 minutes. And I'm going to put some points up on the board. Am I up or nah? Let's see if I'm up on the board or nah. Who made the board today? TJ Watt. And I'm calling him right now TJ what? TJ, they want to do what with you? It's a funny story going around, y'all, talking about trading TJ Watt. TJ what? Ask me that question. Should the Pittsburgh Steelers trade TJ Watt? Should a fish walk on water? Should a dog get in a cage with a lion and try to take his food? Should you sit down next to a silverback gorilla and share bananas? Standing up? What? Are you kidding me? Should a rat jump in a snake's mouth? Hell no! Damn it, that's your answer. Let's get this clock rolling. I'm putting up my points on the board. No, a snake shouldn't jump in a rat shouldn't jump in a snake's mouth. No, a fish shouldn't decide to walk on water. And no, you should not sit next to a silverback gorilla and try to share bananas. Hell no. That's my answer to the Pittsburgh Steelers try and trade TJ Watt. Why would you want to do that? Why? It's a very short answer to that. You can't, listen, don't get beside yourself. Do not get beside yourself. Don't get out here and start thinking that you're smarter than a fifth grader. You're talking about legacy here. You're talking about leadership. You're talking about locker room. And you're talking about instant on-field production. Okay? You're talking about some things here that you will give up for what? The word on the street is that Detroit want to give up Jameson Williams. Like, why? A wide receiver and a second-round pick? I don't think so. That's just not the Steelers' culture. That's not the Steelers' culture. You're talking about the steel curtain. It's defense first over there. Shipping out TJ Watt will be one of the dumbest moves that this franchise has ever made. We've seen a lot of dumb moves around in sports. One was in the middle of the night. You turn around and Luka Doncic is going off for the Dallas Mavericks. Okay? That hasn't all played itself out yet, but it's very unusual to get rid of that type of talent and try to replace it with something else. It's hope at that point. Could be delusions of grandeur at that point. But very rarely do you see a talent such as a stable, solidified talent such as Luka Doncic get traded in the middle of the night where he don't know and you're going to tell me nobody else on that team knew. You just get rid of a player like that and think everybody else is going to buy in now and believe what's going on in the front office when you just got rid of the best player on the floor in the middle of the night. The same thing would happen with TJ Watt. Okay? TJ Watt is just not any edge rusher, people. He's not a role player. He is the heartbeat of that defense. You saw it last year. When he's off of the field, there's different results. That's called a game changer. That's what you call that type of talent, a game changer. You may find a good player, a talented player, okay, a player that has potential. Very rarely do you find somebody like TJ Watt. We're talking about former defensive player of the year and multiple time Pro Bowler, okay? He's Listen, he's one of them guys that just scares you every Sunday if you're a defense coordinator because he's getting after your quarterback. Your quarterback and everybody has changed the game plan because of TJ Watt. You want to locate TJ Watt pre-snap. Ooh, did I say that? Pre-snap. You want to find out where TJ Watt is at all times. Normally he's doubled. If he's not doubled, he's definitely getting chipped by the running back. This man led the league in sacks in 2021 with 22.5 sacks, tying Michael Strahan's single season record. Okay, that's hellified company. Okay, his career average over the years is 0.85 sacks per game. That means every time he gets in a game, he's touching your damn quarterback. Okay, a game record. Just an offensive nightmare. Should you trade TJ Watt? Should you be going to work every day with no clothes on? Hell no. This ain't somebody you just replace with a mid-round pick and a player. When he's healthy, the entire defense elevates. Secondary plays better. The linebackers got more freedom. Okay? And everything goes around him. Everything. People thrive off of him. You don't trade away your best weapon on defense when you're a team built on defense alone. I mean, the word on the street is you got the most expensive defense in the NFL this season. For good reason. Because nobody want to see somebody walking in your building scoring 40 and 50 points every week. I don't care how many 7-on-7 leagues they come up with. I want to see the generals come back in the safety position. Uncuff them safeties. Let them patrol the area with the shoulder pads. Stop allowing these wide receivers running free. And that's coming from a wide receiver, y'all. I never could start getting into the game until after I took that first hit. I was looking for it. I needed somebody to hit me so I can physically get in the game. Take the handcuffs off the safeties. You've destroyed the Ronnie Lotts of the world, the Brian Dawkins, the Steve Atwaters. Okay? Come on, man. Take the handcuffs off of the safeties and stop putting so many rules in the game. Hockey don't do it. It's a contact sport. Rugby don't do it. The only people in the only leagues that keep changing all these rules and have a competition committee every damn year is the NFL. You can't take your Sharpie out. You can't have your popcorn. That's entertaining. You're making the league boring. And that's why lacrosse is thriving in high schools now. Lacrosse is played on the same field at the same time as football now. Because you're taking all the excitement out of it. The competition, everybody wants to be smarter than a fifth grader. Sometimes you don't want to get the calls right and all of that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Pittsburgh identity has always been a defense. Steel Curtain is the nickname. It's a standard out there, y'all. Think about it. Mean Joe Green, Jack Latham, Jack Lambert, James Harrison, Tatum, Troy Polamalu, the Flying Hawaiian. I mean, you had some nasty Carnell Lake, Rod Woodson. You had some nasty dudes out there. You had some nasty players out there would knock your snot box loose. Cam Hayward, okay, he's only been around forever. You don't replace guys like him either. But if you're doing something, if you're getting rid of somebody like TJ Watt at this point, you're saying, okay, it's okay to be soft up front. We're going to allow y'all to run on us. You just came out of being one of the worst teams and being able to stop them to run in the National Football League. The last thing you want to be doing is getting rid of a player like that. You just be telling everybody on the billboard that Pittsburgh is no longer serious about physical play. Okay? And we know that the coach, who hasn't had a losing season since he's been there, he don't do the tanking thing. Neither do the Rooneys. They don't do the tanking thing. So you don't gut your core for draft picks and maybe a talented player. The culture, it demands stars who set the tone. You understand what I'm saying to you? And nobody on defense does that like TJ Watt. Man, I'm putting up some damn points, ain't I? Nobody. You know, we ain't even talking about the leadership, okay? We already know what that does. He's a leader in the locker room, and he's a captain and a professional. They say he is the first one at film study. How often do you find guys to do that? Sets the tone at practice. Listen, if he sets the tone at practice, that's an intensity that he has. He's coming out and he's being a leader for people like Peyton Wilson, the young linebacker that they just got. He's coming out and showing him the Steeler way. You understand what I'm saying? You don't trade him. You trade him, you trade production. You trade standard. I just don't think that you would do that. Who's going to take over that role if he's not there? Cam Hayward? He's getting older. He's on his way out, and they just got rid of Minkah Fitzpatrick. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, as y'all can see, the clock has struck 0. I put 7 points up on the board. Am I up or not? I'm up right now. I am up right now. This is a message to all the Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there, okay? First of all, leave your comment below, thumb up the video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel because I would love to have you guys on here and have your feedback. I want to see the comments out there on what you guys think about this. I think it's absolutely preposterous that they're even entertaining this thought right now. So the only way I can get a beat on how you guys feel out there in the Pittsburgh Steelers Nation is I need you guys to come over here and subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below so we can chop it up. Because this is a no-brainer for me. You find that money, you pay that man. Not unless he wants to take a team-friendly deal. I know what Myles Garrett did up there in Cleveland. I know he set the standard. You know, that's what Cleveland does. But you know what I'm saying? They don't have money to put anywhere else. So in Pittsburgh, we do things differently. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. And, in order to do that, you got to have chemistry. You got to have it. And is it going to be chemistry, or are you going to find that money, or other players going to step up so you don't have to go out there and get another receiver? Is Juan Thornhill going to step up at the safety position and fill Minkah Fitzpatrick's shoes? And then you'll be able to take that money and shovel it to TJ Watt? Or will you have to get rid of TJ Watt and find another pretty piece on offense perhaps, and then you're not stopping nobody on defense again? No. Like I said, should birds clip their wings and come down here and walk amongst us? No, they fly above us for a reason. Okay? And that's what TJ Watt does too. All right? You pay that man and you let him do what he does, man. Find the money and you hold other players accountable to step up at positions where you may have need. And that's why they're in those uniforms. That's why they made it to the NFL. And it's time for them to step up. We already know what that man can do. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude. That is going to conclude this episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. Should you trade TJ Watt? Hell no, you don't trade TJ Watt. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the next episode of the Scoreboard Keepers. Until then, score. Love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thumb up the video. See you soon.